Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of AKT Celebrity Reads. If you're not able to see it tonight, I know I'm starting late, then you can see it tomorrow. I'll leave it here, no problem. I'm going to do, everybody, you're more than welcome. Please click like, thumbs this video up. Hi everybody, thumbs the video up and share it, because I want everybody that you can possibly tell about me, hi Nikki, to watch the Alexis K. Tyler Celebrity Reads. I am going to do, let me tell you what happened to me the other night. This is still pertaining to Nipsey Hussle, Ermias Ashkadam, beautiful man. But let me tell you, hi Star, hi Demetrius, hi Daphnia, hi Andrea. After I got off with you, let me see if I can see I don't want to get in the way of them, so you can see how pretty they are. I have my candles there. After I got off with you the other night, I went to sleep, and Nipsey came to me and he brought a friend, and he said, Alexis, how beautiful, goddess mother. Hi, Miss Crawford, because I don't want to mess up the first name. Nipsey brings his friend in here, and I haven't been able to find any information about the friend, but it's okay. I said I'm gonna hi beautiful Ishmael. Whew, the energy's so heavy on me. Oh wow, the big lion's here. There's a big black cobra here. Oh well, yeah, they're coming in the room. They've been heavy around me. Oh, thank you for all the hearts. I love the hearts. Hi Sheila. Hi Star. Let me tell you what happened. Nipsey comes to me and he says, I want you to read someone for me. I want you to, hello beautiful Haki. He said, I want you to talk to a friend of mine. And the person he brought, and I'm going to tell you, this person that he brought, thank you Ishmael, actually feels very much like him. It feels like a relative. It actually, the energy of this young man feels just like Nipsey. I'm not saying him. That's not what I mean, that it's him, the same person. What I mean is the bloodline, the energy of this young man. His rap name is Sandman Negus, and his beautiful name, his Sador T. Fesahe. I hope I'm not mispronouncing it. He's also from ERITREA. He brought this young man to me after I got off the live with you the other night, and he introduced Sandman Negus to me. If you go look at him, he's such a handsome young man. He looks similar to Nipsey, but he's shorter than Nipsey. Sweet, very smooth, fluid energy like Nipsey, but we'll get in that ass if provoked. We'll fight. Him and Nipsey were very good friends. He was also a part of the Rolling 60s. He is from ERITREA. Yes, Sandman Negus. That's the first one, don't they? They have the similar energy. He's been with me since I spoke to you all the other night. I told Nipsey he could stay. So, no baby, he died in 2012. Thank you, Demetrius L. Hardy, for sharing my video. It was so sad because he was shot first in 2008 in California. And they shot him up about 8, 9, 10 times. It was so bad. Shot him all in the chest, shoulders, lungs, intestine. They shot him up so bad. They weren't sure he was going to survive. They had to put him in a coma in 2008. He was in a coma, 28, 29 days. Came to and recovered. Then they shot him again in 2012 and killed him. And you can look on YouTube and you can see some of his raps. I had posted them on my Facebook page. Very talented young man and very deep and intellectual, just like Nipsey. Very, very proud of Eritrea, the African origins and roots of where he comes from. And so when he brought him in, I know it's so fucked up story. He survived at being shot so bad, and he's a little guy. But he took all those bullets, and he knows his royal heritage. He knows his royal lineage. Very comfortable in his ID and who he is. So Nipsey left him here with me. You know, that's what he does. When he comes in, he brings someone and says, I want you to talk to this person, that person. Many times he'll say, okay, well, I got to go. I'll come back later. I'm going to let you all talk. And then I have to go on the assignments here. And I'm going to tell you something. At first, I wasn't really sure where. Is it, okay, I didn't know. I didn't know where the reading was going to go. All I know was Nipsey said that he had a message for his mother. And I'm disappointed in myself because I don't know who Sandman Negus's mom is. I don't know. I haven't seen a picture of her. It's not very much information on them. But what I told him was, if you still want to talk and you still want me to deliver the message, I will. You can stay here as long as you want. I will deliver the message to the best of my ability. He said, I want to talk to my mother. I miss my mother. I love my mother. And then he started to go into being so sorry for what he did to his mother by not listening to her. He said she would stay up and pray for him. She would talk to him. She would worry about him being killed. She didn't want him in the gang. She didn't want him in the street. She constantly worried about danger coming to him, and she wanted to hide him. Like, she wanted to, I'm just going to do the best I can right now to let him channel, like move through me and speak what he wants, because I'm telling you, okay, you follow his sister, so see, I don't know her, and I don't bother people. I'm just going to put it here. And what my problem is that I felt bad about was when Sandman Negus would start to talk to me about his mother. He would start to cry, and he would get so emotional, because when he was killed, he was only like 26, 27 years old, a baby. His birthday, 1986, and he was killed September 27th, 2012. So he was very young, and he was killed in the 4300 block of South Crenshaw Boulevard. And when he started to talk about his mother and feel very, very emotional, he started to speak in another language. And when he say his mother, like when I'm saying mother or I'm saying mom, he didn't always say mother and mom. He used another word from another language for mother or mama that I didn't understand. So I feel very bad about that, because I don't speak a lot of languages right now. So this is making me want to. And I saw, I looked at Eritrean languages, and I felt that it was an Eritrean language. But then I also looked at Ethiopian language, and whenever it become overwhelming, he goes into the other language. And I said, am I crazy? Is it me? Do I hear him speaking? I don't think it's me just not wanting to do this. I think I hear this young man. He's speaking another language to me about his mother. And he said he would talk to his mother in the other language. So I said, okay, I'm sorry. I know that you're very emotional and you want me to transfer it, and you love your mom, you miss your mom, and you know it really hurts your mom because you're not here and you didn't listen to her. But I don't know how to repeat. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to repeat what you're saying. Somebody needs to, I was like, I'm not going to learn this overnight, but I need to find an Ethiopian person, or I need somebody to speak those languages, Eritrean, and I can try to repeat what it sounds like I hear. But that's going to be a hard one because since I don't know what I'm saying, so I'm just going to have to get some help on these things when people come to me. No, I don't think it was that. It didn't sound like French to me. And when he used the word mother, there was another affectionate term. I really feel like it was one of the Eritrean languages that he was speaking when he referred to his mama. And so I knew, even though I didn't understand everything he said, I knew he loved his mother. And I knew the mother loves him. The mother is hurting. The family is hurting because he's physically not here, but he is here. He said he tries to see them. He tries to talk to them. They don't hear him. And I wonder about the mother. Maybe the mother might sense her baby, but she might not Amharic. Yes, but they also have different languages from Eritrea. And I think the mother might sense her baby, but she might not, okay, thank you, Star. She might not quite be sure have those types of gifts develop. Okay, so when we were talking and when he got emotional and he started to cry, I let him, and I said, I'll wait. You take your time. I'm not going anywhere. You can stay here as long as you need to stay here. So then I started to watch some of his videos. And I saw a video on YouTube where Sandman Negus was talking, and he was with Nipsey because they were close friends. But I wonder, I feel like they related. I just need to get some proof they're related because I think his sister is on Facebook. They say. Okay. He started talking. And he started talking about history and who he knew he was and is, and very royal. And he had his gold chain, and it had the continent of Africa as the pendant on the chain. He starts to say, I think this young man speaks about 2 or 3 languages. He said he studied the Quran. And I think he speaks Arabic. And he mentioned something. I saw this today. And I said, damn, I ain't crazy. I know when he get upset and passionate, he go into the other language. It was some other language dealing with the Eritrean, different languages, or Ethiopian. And he was saying he speak these languages. And that he was born in Belgium. Then he was in Sudan. I think he came as a refugee to United States. Came to California, I think, when he was 7. So I said, okay, I'm not crazy. This child has a very brilliant mind and speaks these things. So I said, okay, baby, I'm sorry, but I got to play catch up with y'all. Because you and Nipsey is off the goddamn chain with this here. Y'all had somebody teach y'all as babies. Now I didn't know I was going to be here doing this. So now that I have to do this, there are certain souls and spirits, certain groups will come to me that are from other ethnic groups or races and speak other languages. Just like when I do readings now, people come to me from different ethnic groups and races. I had the pleasure of doing a reading on an Indian girl last week from India, and we were talking, and she's a sweetheart, and she was saying, you know, I saw you have the Indian earrings on like a couple of weeks ago or show. I said, I love them. I love the Indian clothes. I love the Indian jewelry. I've always been drawn to the culture and the Asian culture. And I said, I know I have some of them in my family. And she said, I know, I kind of wondered because you can see some of that. I said, yeah, I've heard people have asked me, in Georgia, did I have Indian and black in there? And I said, I thought it was like the Cherokee part, but they were like, no, Indian from India. And I actually got a friend of mine who found the Indian from India and the Chinese from Asia, because when my father's people are from, his mother's from Mississippi, and they had the Chinese and the Indians from India come, they imported them in to help build the railroad, and they mixed them in with the slaves, and they all start fucking, honey. You know what happened. You know what happened. You know how it go. Start from there. So I'm blessed to meet people already from different cultures that want me to read them. But then I get frustrated because they're attracted to me and they want to talk to me for the readings, or they just like my energy, and I feel like, damn, I can't really help them the way they need me to move into the other parts of the culture with the language barrier. So I apologize to Sandman Negus, because he was trying to give me the words. I know he's very good with English because I watch his videos. But when we were talking, or I was listening, and he was trying to tell me what he wanted to say to his mom and to other people. He's been gone out of the body since 2012. So I can understand. That's why I didn't push. That's very emotional, to have your physical body and have it torn up, shot up, and you're awake and you're watching your body be destroyed, and then the bomb was shot already in 2008 and almost died and was in a coma and in a hospital. And you can see that too on YouTube with him, the hospital gown and the patches. And he took a picture. I should have put it up there. He took a picture so you can see his stomach where he was shot. They had to cut him all the way down, and you can see the cuts and staple marks and stuff in his stomach. And this young man is and he got that pretty hair, and it's braided backwards and long, braided back, shiny, hanging down. And he's this look in his eye. I'm going to post that picture. You've got to see this picture, because the look in this young man's eyes is like death. You can see a layer of death, but you can see no fear of death. It's like brinket. When you're looking at him in that picture, and as I'm looking at him, and I said, oh, you are so beautiful. You're such a beautiful young man. And you're so handsome. That beautiful skin and that hair, that face. And you've been shot like that, but you stand here fearless. Tell me, what do you want to talk about? What do you want people to know? What do you want me to know? What happened to you? And I'm feeling it now. As I'm looking at him, the stuff he said, it bothers me. It upsets me. I'm halfway scared to say what this young man said. And I didn't even finish doing the reading. This is a short reading. Because it's so much, and I had so many people bothering me about readings, I didn't have a lot of time, but I just wanted to put the first one out because I promised Nipsey, after I got off with you all the other night, that I would put this out. This may be part one. If he wants to come back and do something else. This young man is so, let me tell you something. Ricky said something to me the other night. We were talking, and he said, wow, you know what, they killing them young boys. They killing them young men and sending them on the other side, and those men are converting to gods and coming back telling their story. And I said, goddamn, you're so right. I didn't think about it. that way when I looked at him, and he wanted me to look in his guts. He wanted me to look in all the organs that had been shot. And this is something that I saw that I never saw before, and I have to finish it for him because I was so tied up today with clients yesterday, every day since I talked to you the other day, like I was even when I did a video before that, tied up. I'm trying to just get some of it, and he blew my mind. And he woke me up. They woke me up about 8 or 9, about between 7 and 8, because I looked at the clock. It wasn't 9 yet. This morning, to finish writing it, because I said no matter what, I'm going to do some of this Friday night. I saw a spirit of a girl. When I looked at him and he was shot up like that, and she said, oops, and fell out of his backbone. She was hijacking a ride on Sandman Negus through the central nervous system, attached portion to the back of the brain, the back of the neck, connected to the spinal cord, going all the way down the spinal column, midway. She didn't get to the tailbone. She was kind of a big, maybe 5 feet, close to 5 feet. She had her knees bent into his back, and she was hiding behind the heart and the lungs, but yet connected maybe to the left lung. And I have never seen no shit like this before in my life. She falls backwards. She says, oh, he wanted me to see it. And so I look behind him, and I see her, and she falls on the ground. This was when he was shot the first time. And she sat there, and then she looked around because nobody was supposed to see her. Hi, Philanda. And I said, well, hello, witch, because I know that's what you are. Someone had done magic on this young man, and they had attached, or this woman had attached herself. But see, I don't know right now if he had a girlfriend, if he was fucking somebody, or somebody liking him, or not wanting to cut the dick off, and follow and put this entity, projected herself into time to follow him around. She was young. He didn't know she was there, but he knows now. So he's telling me, I want you to look. So he goes backwards in time. Then he replays it like it's a movie for me. And then I see her in the back. She's been hiding there for a few years. Hitchhiking like a backpack on him. Following him around, watching everything he do. Then there, what he's telling me, I woke up and I saw it this morning. I looked on the floor. It was a big black python. So I'm sleeping. I said, okay, y'all waking me up. Let me get my ass up. I feel it sliding in. He brings it in to my bedroom, and it slides in halfway to me. So I looked down out of bed, and I said, good morning, Sandman. Wow, you brought a big snake in here, didn't you? You and Nipsey, and these goddamn serpents and shit, you know, I understand. I know that their royal bloodline and the Eritrea and the Ethiopia and the Egyptian. So he has some of the same animals. The lion just opened his mouth like to see the fangs. It's right there, agreeing. And the serpent, oh my God, is slapping its tail on my floor. I've never seen a cobra this big, and it's sitting up like it did with Nipsey, with the chest wide. It's black. It's not black and red, it's just straight black, and it's looking at me. It's saying this whole thing. So it comes, this wasn't the cobra though this morning, this was a python. This thing's about this big around. That's how big, and it's so long. So just the head and the first part, Sandman Negus brought into my bedroom. So I'm laying down, I turn, I look, and I said, oh, Why did it say that? Because it was dead. And inside of it was all kind of trash and paper and shit and dead black people, African people. The only thing was left on them where they was dried out in the sun, where their bodies had rotted. And I could see the bones and the skeleton of the face. They looked like they were from Sudan. They looked like they were from Eritrea, Ethiopia. They was inside of the snake's belly. And then he showed me dirt where they were laid out. Looked like in a desert where they had been killed. And even other black people were killing them too. It wasn't just white people killing them. And they were laying out there in the snake, even though it moved in like it was alive, it was then drawn up and dried up from the inside out with the dead people and trash all inside of it. And then when I looked at this dead man, had that same Eritrean Ethiopian look, kind of Sudan look to him with the features. The hair was kind of straight like, cut real pretty, but it was gray like, and it was still growing, but the skin and shit was gone. And all you seen was the skeleton part and the eyes, sockets. And the fingernails was still growing. It was real long. And I said, Sandman. He said, this is what happened to my people in this country. And he mentioned Sudan. And he said there was war. So I have to go back. Because this would be, he was born in 86. So if you all could tell me, I have to go back and see what was going on in the 80s. Was there wars, war-torn area, Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia? What was going on in those places? Because he said all this death and killing was around. And it was around him. And there was a lot of conflict. He's saying you could see these dead people. So I wonder, at that age, did he see in person this? Or was he watching this on TV? Or his family or somebody, excuse me, hey, Duane, seeing this. And he brought it to me for me to see this devastation and death everywhere. You could feel it. You could smell this death. I don't know. I'm still trying to learn a lot of things with history. The spirits tell me so much that they did. So I had to read, but I didn't get to read everything. He brought the snake in this morning, and I looked and I asked him, and I said, so these were black people, African people, fighting and doing this to each other only? He said, oh no, that's not where this started. And I said, so what? Oh, the Second Civil War, 83. Thank you. That would be in between the time, because he was 86. Yes, it's a mess going right now, Sudan. Thank you. Oh, speaking of that, I'm going to say this quickly. I want y'all to check my reading last year. The reading is entitled, I think I mentioned Janet Jackson in the beginning, and then it's called Ebola. I said that the Ebola virus was going to emerge again and come into the U.S. Because in that reading, I did a reading on a girl, I think, where was she from? Liberia? And she this was last year, she got on the phone with me, and when she started talking to me, I'm trying to do her reading, a damn monkey jumped out the damn phone and jumped in my damn living room. I said, what the fuck? I'm looking at him. He looking at me. He said, I got to talk to you about something. I got to holler at you about it. I said, what the fuck? I said, look, tell me something. When you was over there, did y'all have some monkeys and shit for pets? Hopping around because this fucker done jumped over here like he fucking at home. She said, oh yeah. We grew up, we had monkeys with little cheering clothes on and shit, sitting on the sofa, hopping around. I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, well, this big one, you got something to do with this shit? She just started laughing. I said, fuck you laughing. He's standing here. I don't know what I ain't never had no monkey come over. He big. He a grown man monkey. Big dick and nuts hanging in every fucking thing. He said that he needs to holler at me about some shit. Did you do this to me on purpose? She's laughing hysterically. I did not put the monkey up to the shit. He takes me to Monkey Island, where them white folks done got over there and experimenting and killing them, shooting them up. Okay. Said that and said this. You think I'm lying? Go look at the date on it, because I got an email a couple of days ago from Alex Jones network. They out there in Austin, Texas. It's finna be some shit right now. The white folks is upset about this shit because some refugees from the Congo, they just had another outbreak of Ebola, and a few people have come up dead. Some of those from there have now escaped and are in Austin, Texas. Well, yeah. In 2019. Where people said I have a mental problem. I was crazy. You know, say I'm fucked up. And I better not put on my blue on, because I'm hallucinating. You go look at it. You go look at it. You look at the date when I did that video. And you see right now, I'm scared as hell, because this will affect all of us. Ebola has now come back to the U.S. And now they're trying to keep it low key. Just because they don't want everybody to panic. But it is here. Like I said, that monkey brought his ass down here to the ATL. Oh, the monkey is sacred, period. Now I know it's in Egypt. And there is a monkey demon. Gusan, who knows all, past and present. So it was several monkeys coming here. They was all, they were all big. They basically look like big niggas that's sitting there. So, I shit. I growed up knowing niggas that look like some of they motherfucking ass. So it didn't really bother me. I'm just sitting here. They act like they know me. I act like I fucking know them. I just told them to sit your motherfucking ass down. And my eyes just bug. I'm listening to what the fuck they say, because motherfuckers smart as hell. So I'm taking a pencil. I'm taking notes. And you know, that makes me wonder about the movie Planet of the Apes. Because they tried to make fun of us and call us monkeys and animals. But it's really the other way around. Those are the gods. Those are the brilliant ones. Because if you go back and look at that video, and I'm going to get off this. Yes, in the Hindu tribes. Yes, I know that one. That Indian monkey god. But also a lot of them Indian tribes got black in them. They got African bloods in them with the original gods. So he talks to me and then starts showing me pharmacology and drugs that are needed for that disease. Anyway, just want to mention that to you in case you all don't know about that or hadn't seen the old reading. Okay. Sandman Negus. I'm going to drink this tea. Told me, if you really want to know where this come from, and the blacks killing each other like this in the war, he said, I need you to go back to Mussolini. And I say, okay. He said, but really, you need to go back to his baby daddy. You need to go back to Hitler. He said, fuck that. We'll get to Mussolini. They tied together. Mussolini wanted to go to war and dominate Ethiopia. But really who was behind it was his baby daddy, Hitler. And I looked at Sandman and I said, really? He said, that's where you need to go because Hitler is the devil. He said, and Hitler wanted to conquer Ethiopia. And he is a Satan worshiper. There were human sacrifices done to dominate our people. That's what the killing, the murder, the lynching, the burning is about. Human sacrifice. And they taught, well, he said really our people was doing it first in certain circumstances. Then they must have stopped this tradition, or a lot of our ethnic groups of people didn't know about this tradition, stopped doing this. We're not dealing with dark entities, different gods where you sacrifice a human or baby to. He say, but go to Hitler, you must do this for me, Alexis, because you will see how it ties into what they do, hi Carrie, to our people and how satanic Hitler is and how it ties in to African people and Ethiopia. I got my ass up at the bed. I said, I'm gonna do this shit for you. Cause now you fucking with me and I wanna fucking know. So I turned the phone on, looking through this shit. There it is. Let me tell you what he says to me. He tells me, the first words he points out to me. Superman and Batman. So I'm looking at him. I'm tied into Hitler. And I say, baby, Sandman and Negus, you want to talk about Superman? He said, yeah. Superman. He said, write down Batman. I said, okay, baby. I write Superman and Batman down. And after I seen the entity attachment to the girl fall out of the back of him, where work had been done on him and his mother and his family before they got here because of the satanic and demonic human sacrifice rituals and curses that were done on a whole race and a whole ethnic group of people to clean them out for power by taking the blood, the African blood, and the love of the consumption of African organs and drinking the blood. So he says, you know, I'm trying to figure out how Batman tie into the shit. I said, well, let me look at Batman first. Hey, Quinn. So I looks at Batman, and one thing popped out. I said, what is he trying to say to me? I said, one thing that I know is he went up in the sky in California, and I seen the spotlight with the Batman symbol in the spotlight that Batman throw up there with that damn thing. That light machine. So as I'm looking up there, I say, Sandman, okay, the Batman, but what is Batman? What do Batman do? And I looked a little bit, I said, Batman worked with the Popo. And that would be a satellite and a helicopter. Well, they throw the lights and they run the street, and the police had the lights go around the community and go up, and then the helicopter ride around and they scan down in there, see around, and then they go up. And then he say, there are 3 agencies that I need you to know about. One color black, one black and white, one color red, one color blue. He say, you think that these police do this, he said they set him up to be killed. They set him up to be shot. They were involved in it. And I don't know if you all know, but Sandman was also managed at one time by Big U, like Nipsey was managed by Big U. They both were in the rap and want to have a successful rap career and music career before Sandman was killed. So he tells me, you must understand, when he mentioned Sudan, when he mentioned Eritrea, when he mentioned Ethiopia, when he mentioned them coming here, he said this agency and what the California police and how they track them and put them in jail and probation and dealing with immigration, dealing with all of these secret agencies you don't even know exist. He said there's a form of COINTELPRO, Alexa, that you don't know about that is also attached to African immigrants and migrants from Africa. He said there is a secret agency of non-white hidden government agency in Eritrea and Ethiopia that secretly has a partnership with California, with the U.S. agencies, and they track them. He say that when he was little and when his mother gave birth to him and they moved to get to here, the death spell was already on them and that bloodline of people. And the agencies that follow them secretly and track them like ghosts, but that are also a part of a COINTEL program even for them. When they come over here, they align with the agencies there, and there's a certain amount of them that they set up to be killed. And I look at this and I said, boy, wait a minute. You just say what I think you say. He said it's hidden, but there are people that know, but they're not regular people that know. And I said, so you've been tracked? He said, me and a lot of them that you don't know about that are in California. He said, I don't want this open, don't know who this is. I said, okay, and I started getting really nervous. I'm like, this is creepy. He said, started telling me to look at his ankle. But I will say what he did say else too. He said treachery and murder, prison. What he said, he was denied his name. He was denied release. Something about somebody in his family with visa into the U.S. He said there are the three agencies I just told you about. There's police corruption, murder, setup, violence, international borders that they deal with. He said they're broken up to control and to watch them and to actually stop them at certain points, arrest them, kill them, take their rights, take their opportunity for citizenship, safe passage, robbery. They murdered them, they killed them, or they locked them up. And then it shows the ancestor tombs from Eritrea that are connected to Sandman, Negus, that are also connected to Nipsey. And they follow him over here with that same death spirit that was put on them, but the curse wasn't broke. It was on this young man and on the mother's family from Eritrea. And he's saying Eritrean/Ethiopian corruption. There's a secret Ethiopian/Eritrean government agency that also has international agency, a dual agency, and permission to track certain people from Africa to make it difficult for them to return home alive and safe with a ability to have success, fame, and fortune home. So he say, even, I know this probably sounds crazy to some of you because I don't know what I'm talking about here. Okay? I don't know. I never been to California to hang out, live. I've had a few Ethiopian friends, but I don't know about this. So, and you know, this is a spiritual reading, you guys. So as you know, since it's a spiritual reading, it's for entertainment purposes. I only have to say that these things are alleged, but then some things are not alleged. Like the things I'm telling you about Mussolini, Hitler, those things are historic. So you can look up those. and also the connection between the Japanese and the Ethiopian. See, I dealt with the Chinese and Eritrean and Chinese and Africans. Now I'm dealing with the Japanese and the African. Okay. And dealing with the alliance with Japan and Ethiopia. And they were also helping them when they were dealing with the attacks from Mussolini and then Hitler wanting to come in. That is historic. These other things I'm saying scare me because I have no idea, but this is what Sandman Negus is saying. And Nipsey's walking in and out while he's talking to me. I look at him, he doesn't disagree. Then he says, I'll be back. So he leaves. I'm here with the baby. Because to me, he's like a baby. And he's physically dead since 2012. So he hasn't talked to anyone like me. I don't know who he's tried to talk to. I haven't seen any video readings on him. Anybody doing the readings on him? But he come talk to me, and he had bottled this stuff up so long, and he felt trapped on the other side and want to come back. They want to come back, but he can't have the body back. And so he was so full of emotion. He's just crying, and then sometimes he's not talking because he's so emotional, and he's trying to hold it, and then he try to get himself together, and then he talked back to me. So I'm nervous because of what I'm saying, and I'm writing this down, and I'm like, are you serious? And he's saying even if he were to go back home to Africa and try to be successful, they would kill him and lock him up. He would not be able to have as big a career there as he would here in the U.S. and what could have been in California. But he said he was set up with that, trying to do the music and with the gang activity and the drugs and seeing him as threatening. There was jealousy around him. Some of the same jealousies and issues with him was with Nipsey. And then the parallel that they gave me was the Christ. With Nipsey, the Christ was set up and killed between two thieves. They didn't die, but he did. And then they gave me the parallel of JFK when he was with his own people and they were riding that day. Was that in Texas? Riding down the street, and you watch that footage, and all of a sudden somebody in the camp, JFK's camp, give them the cue to slow the car down. And then you see Secret Service back off from the car. Now you know they are trained to get shot and die for the president. They take a bullet for the president. These fuckers back up. Because somebody high up gave the fucking hit signal. This ain't there wasn't no strangers killed JFK. They gave me that symbology right there. So I said, okay, I'm writing it down. So is that what you say about yourself and Nipsey? He said, yeah. Yeah. Nipsey walk on around the corner. He ain't say nothing. I said, you agree? He said, I'll be back. Walk around the corner. Okay, and I look at Sandman. Is that what you saying? He said, that's what I'm saying. Write it down. I write this shit down. I said, okay. And then I get back to Batman. He say, look at my ankle. Look at my ankle. And I say, what? Sandman, something wrong with your ankle? Or something wrong with somebody's ankle that was there that shot you? I said, maybe that's what he's saying. Maybe I'm misunderstanding because I don't know if when he was shot, the first time or the last time when he was killed. All I know, see, he was in an alley. It was in the house. Yes, it was in the house. But when he was shot, Lord have mercy. He showed me that up in the sky right there with that damn symbol up there with that damn spotlight on it. Because the boy say, when they targeted him out of jealousy, he wanted to be a star and he wanted to do music, and this was about territory, divisions and territory. He was killed because of jealousy and a setup and territory. So somewhere he was, but it really wasn't directly about where he was. I think it was territory and divisions. When you are dealing with economics, when you are dealing with property, I would even say not just physical property, but when you are dealing with the politics of properties and intellectual properties. So not only physical locations, let's say music studios, let's say gang territories, let's say police jurisdictions and police territories and drug territories, and where the police have these mapped out and know where these gangs are and which gang members is snitches and which gang members is paying polices or doing things for polices and getting benefits off of this shit. That is what I'm telling you when we are dealing with territories and his intellectual properties and abilities to be a superstar. He wanted to pull away from those types of lifestyles and territories and start over and deal with the intellectual properties and music and rise out and move away from the lifestyles and those types of people. And he's telling me it was a group of men, but for some reason I see a female. Not only the female that fell out of his back who had been watching him and tracking him, but there were physical females present, but they were dominated by a group of males. And when I looked in the alley, I saw this big female spirit that looked like a ghost, but also was shaped like a bat. And she was standing there in the corner watching his death, but at the same time, she's connected to him. Because when I looked, I tried to look at, I think it was the Batman and the Superman. And you know what it goes back to when you go back to Superman 2, Superman has the kryptonite and gets his energy from, I think, the sun. Batman gets his from the moon. Well, you know we are dealing with Son Osiris. We're dealing with Egyptian gods when we deal with the superheroes. So, I said, okay, when I'm looking at Superman, I'm seeing that sun energy. And then I'm looking at the bat, and the female is there, and there is an Egyptian goddess, and it's tied to bats. I think there's also a Chinese one that's tied to bats. And they're in the alley with this young man when he's about to be slaughtered. He remembers, and he knew, but yet he had no fear. And I did see something somewhere where they're saying they cornered him. The gang members cornered him and they wanted to fight. He didn't have a gun and he fought, and they got mad because he beat the man and wanted to come and shoot the boy. And the female, and I was picking up a female, and I think there was one. There might have been one or two associated with this. It's hard to find anything about this. So I said, well, fuck it. I'll just go with it. The less I know, the better, because then I can just pull it down from the spirit, and then you all can tell me if I'm right or wrong, if I pick the right shit. If y'all find something that go on with the young man death, because I don't see he did anything to deserve this here. He was set up, and then he talking about the ankle shit, and then I'm looking up at the satellite. I said, it's ankle bracelet. Is that what you saying to me? With the satellite up there, the damn skylight. Is somebody that was working with the police that had something to do with killing you that night? He looked at me and said, I thought, oh, that's a yeah. I said, so did you have I'm trying to figure, did he have a goddamn ankle bracelet? Somebody had some ankle bracelets on. And I don't think it was just one person. And what hurts me is breaking my heart that I have to fucking say to you that I don't want to fucking say. If I'm interpreting this correctly, I'm going to say alleged because I don't know. It sounds like the young man is trying to tell me that while he was being murdered, somebody had an ankle bracelet on that was a part of the murder, and it was recorded, and it was tracked on the satellite and being watched. Somebody in law enforcement that could track whoever was in this that had an ankle bracelet on knew where this person was and sick this motherfucker on up. Yeah, I'm not saying anything bad about Sandman. I'm telling you, I think I heard as I'm looking up and he's saying this to me. I said, Lord have mercy, you're not saying to me that somebody cold-bloodedly was watching because they could track it by the satellite on the bracelet. And they watched you be slaughtered. And he said, yes, that bothers me. I know these things happen. But all this kind of shit like that happen out there in California, it happens everywhere. I know. He said that would happen to him. And then that goes back to what he said about Hitler. When I look, he said, I found Hitler, seat of Satan, Pergamum's altar of Zeus and Apollo. You can Google this. It's public info. This was Greco-Roman, and they're also mentioning this was a beautiful city in Rome that had the Pergamum's altar to Zeus and Apollo. But this was also called the seat of Satan. Why? Because this is where the human sacrifice, this thing is beautiful. They had a bull in the front of it. It's like an oven. Well, they take certain humans they want to sacrifice to Satan, which is behind Apollo and Zeus. You slide the body in so that the head goes into the head of the bull. You put them in there and you build a fire. As you build the fire, the person starts to roast slowly. And the way they like to line the head up with the bull so that when the person starts to bleed out and the person starts to moan, the echoing from the voice inside of the hollow head of the bull makes it sound like the bull is roaring, making the noise, and it goes all around the temple as the person is roasting slowly to death and bleeding out. This is also the seat of what Asclep, I'm probably saying this wrong, Asclepion, which would also be like the symbol, the medical symbol. People would come there to get medical treatment, and it's a beautiful place and enjoy themselves, and then they would have the seat of Satan and do the human sacrifice. And they were saying that it went on, and then, as you know, Rome fell. Rome died. But then, and they have been just like using it as a marble quarry, taking the stone and stuff from it, using it from different things. Until 1864, it was excavated, and they took pieces to the Berlin Museum. The Berlin Museum opened in 1930. Hitler's architect, Albert Speer, saw it and said, I will give this to Hitler. We can use this and recreate the seat of Satan for who? Hitler. Satan's baby daddy. Because what? Hitler wanted to rule the world. And he said Satan had promised him world domination. But to do it, he had to do a certain amount of human sacrifice to move the obstacles out of the way. Which is why he was killing so many people. Because that's what the demons and Satan requested. So to make him more effective, he wanted the Pergamon's altar of Zeus and Apollo, which was the seat of Satan. So they got a piece of it. And it was actually used in the 1936 Olympics. So Hitler, the architect built more things around it and made it very beautiful. Do you realize a portion of this is when Hitler was doing those inflammatory speeches? He's actually standing there with Satan himself. And Satan is telling him, okay, after we do this and I do this speech, basically tricking him. Because Hitler did not rule the world and he ended up committing suicide, they say. He then would have the human sacrifices and the burnt offering. Because I have to go back and look at the word Holocaust. It's like two words together. And he's giving these burnt offerings and sacrifices to Satan in exchange for power over the whole world and to dominate all races and actually try to annihilate races and annihilate the black race. So Sandman is telling me this, and I am reading and I'm looking at him, and he said, you see what I'm talking about? These curses on our people and the bloodlines started all the way back there. He said, with our own people betraying us and doing these types of things. And then them being taught to deal with the king of the air, Satan, and then him telling them as others, because this is just understood in some circles. This is what you do. Black people do human sacrifice to black people too. I hear those stories too. You hear them. You can see their public. That's real. He said this is still what is a ribbon running through certain bloodlines. And I'm looking and I'm fascinated with this. And then he's taking me back to I think they're called the Anu, which are the original black Moorish Japanese. And a lot of them are very racist and try to keep black people out of there to keep their so-called race so-called pure. But if you go back and look at these people, they look like Aboriginal people. They actually look like it's different groups. Groups of them got big hair, froze, locks. They want to act like this doesn't exist. And they also got this power and energy from these people. That's another Asian group where you see them merging with the Ethiopian and the black people. You can actually Google and see what I'm talking about, the connection between Ethiopians and Japanese. quite fascinating. So he's telling me this, and I'm like, wow, so you are the other side of Nipsey. I really wonder if you two are related, because the energy, and they got quiet. I said, you all tell me something, because I believe you are. I believe you all are related. The energy is too close. Nipsey just walks back and forth, in and out. He won't tell me. So I said, okay, y'all play this trick game with me. Okay. What else? He mentions the ATF. All these things, KRS, JFK, ATF. He's mentioning, this is just something I did not want to say. I know that it's possible. I know y'all are going to say, what are you talking about? You know, it's not crazy what you're talking about. But I don't want to say this, because so many of our people are under attack and assault. And I actually want to erase our people off this planet. And there's a segment of people that believe, or they know, that the only way to rule it is to human sacrifice, for the negative entities, the demonic entities to rule. That is what they want. And you know what? As he's saying this, there's something just popped in my head. Remember when I did Wendy Williams Part 1, and then I did Wendy Williams Part 2, and it was the days of in February with the Olympics here in Atlanta, and the entity came through the CERN portal, and he was saying the same types of things, and how they loved black blood, black organs, and were going to annihilate the race if they could, and they were going to do as much human sacrifice and disease as they could. And then he told me, Sandman told me that there was another disease brewing, and he showed me it in ERITREA. Showed me in it's on real low, underground, ERITREA, Ethiopia. You can't see it yet. And I said, what is this? What, like for birds or flu, or is it sexual? He said it was a combination of sexual and something else. He said, but you can't see it. Like regular people can't see it. As if underneath they are preparing, like making it. Do you see what I'm saying? I said, so what are you saying? This is not natural? This is created? He said, yeah. It hasn't come out yet. So, but, okay. I'm going to try to read, see what he said. Okay, yeah, I saw the large female entity. They came to get him when he was in the alley, and it was dressed in gold and white. Yes, this one bothers me too, because there's another one in the tombs. Just like I saw ones calling to Nipsey in the tombs. This one has moved through a few generations. This is a very old entity. She wanted, when Sandman went to Eritrea, he was supposed to go to a tomb. There's a real old female entity that he was supposed to give her offering and give her drink and wipe her face. But she looks like she's in a cave. I can see her. Maybe he didn't know. Because I know he told me, and he was supposed to put gold coins at the altar of the tomb. Okay, yeah, then he said you're underground about the secret disease. And then he starts to cry about this, and then this entity, the female entity, even though it's like it's on a wall and it's in a tomb, it's alive. This female entity is alive. And you can see the stains change on the wall, where sometimes the wall looks wet. I don't know what I'm talking about. I never seen this before. But I'm seeing in spirit that there's an old, really old queen has a lot of power, and this being doesn't have a physical body but still has power and will get up and walk the earth and move. And you can go do magic to her in this tomb, and there's a shrine. And he even said this, one of the same things Nipsey said to me, that also I had briefly talked to Whitney Houston a couple of years ago, but she didn't want to talk to me, so I could not do the reading. All three of them said they hated the embalming process. There was something done to them. I just felt something go through me in my side. He hated the embalming. Something was done to them or taken from them or taken off of them. He said his organs were not supposed to be taken, and he was supposed to have a special sacred burial ceremony, just like Nipsey was supposed to have. Just like Whitney was supposed to have, too. And he's upset about that, and he cannot rest because of what was done to his organs and what was not done to them. And they weren't supposed to be taken out. They were supposed to be treated and preserved a certain way, which would take a lot of time, but with a certain procedure that they don't know here. And his people didn't take the body to get it done. So I don't know if they couldn't, or maybe they don't know about what he's telling me. When he said, okay, he was praying and worried about with the baby. She wanted to hide the child and pull him away from the daily life. That's the mother. He kept talking about the mother. And he said when he was knocked out of his body in the alley, he started doing this. He was very cold. He was shaking. He was very cold. But he knew what happened, but he couldn't get in the body. He saw what they did. And even though he doesn't want to be there, he wants to be here now, he was at peace. At that moment, it was okay if he died. He wasn't afraid to fight. He wasn't afraid. He said, I'll die like a warrior. I die like a king, because that's what I am, and that's where I come from. And I said, oh, baby, no. That's fine. It doesn't matter now what I'm saying, but that's fine, Parker, to be a king and to be strong and be great, but you are so young and so brilliant and so handsome. And you are in a group of people that are self-hating and have no value and were manipulated, and you were already tracked and stalked and hunted like an animal, and then tracked and stalked and hunted and ambushed. You didn't have a chance. You don't want to just give your life away because you're not afraid to die and because you are royal. Okay, the lion agreed with me. He barks again, growls, roars, his teeth come down. Oh, they're big. Just to give it away, because now there's so many people he could have saved, he could have helped, and he's not in the body. The body, that beautiful body, is gone. And now he wants to redo the life. It's possible to do the life in another body, but not that one. And he really wants that one in that bloodline and his mom. He misses his family. He loves them. He felt like he let them down because he did this. If I had not just been so in the face with being bold and being proud and ready to fight, because they don't fight with fists, they fight. They wanted to do this to him. It's like this Jokerish. Okay, we got Batman, the Joker, and goddamn Superman. Those the analogies he used, and they're very good. They make sense, because when I started to look at that shit, I said, Sandman, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I was sitting there watching this, and then the Joker. You put the trickster in there, which is the one that followed him that night, where it seemed like one of them playing the game, wanting to fight with him, knowing that they were going to kill him. So the Joker energy comes up and then it goes back to Mexico. Because you know, a lot of those original gods and the Mexican gods are also African gods. We would go back to the shrine of the Black Panther. We would also go back to the Mayan god, the one that's on his name, I saw me to pronounce his name, on the Mayan calendar, which also came up with Nipsey, I think it was like Excite-Totep, which would deal with, as a part of the sacrifice, skinning a person, taking their skin off. And there's someone that wanted his skin and his organs, and he felt this during that process. So I don't know, I wonder, did he get an autopsy? Because I see him being cut. And every time he was cut in the organs, there were different entities that were released. So some of the death curses on the entities that were following him in the blood, in the arteries, in the veins, in the lungs, in the liver, in the intestine, especially the bottom left. When they shot him, there were entities attached to the bullets. Because you have to realize, when you are firing a bullet and it travels, it is the energy that is attached to the person that shoots the bullet, or any demons also go into the tissue of the person and then infiltrate and embed the energetic body of the cell, and then surround around the flesh, the tissue body of the cell, and they hide. They burrow down and hide if they are not exorcised. So it's clear he didn't know to do that, and nobody else knew to do that. So long that's traveling with him overseas. And then it hits him over here. Then it's set up there with the ankle bracelet shit, which was already in motion, because this was the second shooting of him in 2012. When he's cut open the first time, the entities are released through the blood, the arteries, the vein, the intestine, which will still have arteries and veins embedded into it, but a lot of the seat of the soul and the first major immune system, because you have two immune systems, is in the gut, it's in the bowel. A lot of the soul's in the bowel and in the back wall. The central nervous system, which is all this stuff is all wrapped together. So you then have these entities released, spinning around the aura of the cell, the aura of the being, and you get the conflicting messages. Because he has good beings trying to protect him. But then he has the demonic beings with the demonic curses going all the way back when all these rituals were done and sacrifices were done. Because you probably don't know, but you know there were black people that Hitler killed too. And gypsies. And Hitler also had witches and mediums and psychics. So one of the highest levels of black magic that you can do, no, I said because he was healed. When he got shot the first time in 2008, he was healed. Or I don't know if you're referring to what I said about when I opened the guts back up on a spiritual level and saw them as he wanted me to. There were demonic entities as well as ancestors released. And they told me about the spells. And they started walking around him in the aura and in the spirit planes in the different dimensions of the auric planes. And they knew because the spell had not been called off, broken, or returned back home. So when this happened to him and he was set up and he's telling me, and I'm looking at the tracking and I'm seeing some type of barcode. So as I'm looking at the barcode, I'm seeing numbers. And I'm saying, oh no, Sandman, I don't want to see the numbers. I don't want to have that shit in my damn mind. Because I don't want to be able to recognize, it's certain shit that when they say to me, I don't want to remember. Because I never want, not saying that will happen, but I never want to be put in a position where I have to remember some shit. And get my ass fucked up. So I said, man, don't show me the damn ankle bracelet number, man. He said, I want to show. No, I know you don't understand, baby, and you don't mean no harm. I believe you, though. When you said one of them niggas that shot your ass that night had a goddamn ankle bracelet on, or when you one of them, and somebody that was doing the shit, and it was turned on to be tracked, and somebody was watching, and waited and let that happen to you. What does he say? I think that's about all I can remember right now. You see, I found this so interesting. I found this is so fascinating. The only part I'm just disappointed because I couldn't understand the language to tell to the mom. But I think if the mother ever here's my reading, and I don't know if anything else is going to come up that he wants me to say. If she knew there was something for mother or mom, he would call her mother, but he would say it sometimes in another language. They don't know if I'm lying or not, or if I hear the right person or not, if he really do that. And when he gets passionate, excited, angry, he start to talk in the other language. They would know. I don't know. They would know. I'm disappointed because I don't know what the words. I'm sorry. I did the best I could for now because I want to give you something. So, okay. Does anybody have any questions for me? Because I didn't do a lot on Nipsey. I got to finish that. I got to see what's going on with Black Sam. What's going on with Tanisha and the court. Have you all heard anything? I haven't heard anything. I did see a video today where Black Sam was with Nipsey's little girl. And he was looking, I don't know, like he lost a little weight. Like you could just see it on, you could see his brother on him. You could see it's really, hi Monica, you could see it's really bothering him, his brother on him. It's hard to deal with because he loved his brother. He missed his brother so much. His brother missed him. I seen him on him. Even when I did that, I see him on his girl, his daughter. I see him around. He missed them. He tried to talk to him. He hang around him. Nipsey's busy. He's busy. I don't know. Do you all remember? I think it might have. Yeah, Nikki. He was walking, and I said, "Oh my, this kid is." I told y'all the last time he wasn't sleeping good. It was a nightmare to him. It's on him. It's messing with him bad. I'm gonna. No, he didn't. He's got some pretty hair though. His hair was like wild like that. But I understand. Yes. That's some heartbreaking shit. He going through a lot of things. I'm gonna read it and come back. It was so funny because I think it was it in the video? Was it in the one? It might have been when I said his mom. I'm not sure if the letter to his mom. When the one I told y'all, I did the Facebook with y'all, and then the next day, he comes in with the house full of damn niggas and the Spanish people in the house, and I said, Nipsey, I don't know how to speak Spanish. And I said, Nipsey, why are you bringing... See, that make me feel bad because if you bring... It seems like he know a little bit of every damn body. And when he bring them in here, they get excited, like the Spanish boy had got excited and start talking and start speaking in Spanish. Nipsey, I don't have no problem translating it, but I don't know how to speak Spanish that good. So now I got to take me some damn Spanish class. Because he deal with international people. I don't know what they be and what their ethnic group is. And you see right after I said that, here he come. I need you to... I said, who is it? Woke me up out my damn sleep. I'm like, can I get some sleep? Well, hell, what the fuck you care? No, I guess not. He had him standing right there by him. I seen his face and everything. He had his clothes, had his outfit on. Yes, but Dr. Saber didn't do that to me, though. Dr. Saber's ghetto is a motherfucker. He did not come here with no Spanish shit. Dr. Saber is very passionate and intense, yes. But he didn't try to make me translate no shit he knowed I didn't understand yet. He spoke to me, and you know, Dr. Saberhood is a motherfucker now. I likes Dr. Saber. Because me and him got all that fire and that passion and energy, and we throwing off on each other. He throw it back to me. I look, Dr. Saber, goddamn it now. And he listened to me and throw it back. We go back. See, I can deal. See, he wasn't trying to do that, you know. And plus, you know, Dr. Saber's older. So he's more mature and grown. So we fucking with each other on purpose because we know we love each other. We didn't mean, you know, he didn't mean me no harm. I didn't mean him no goddamn harm. So we just going back and forth. But this young man I don't know. So he's very soft. I think he might be a Capricorn. Is it Capricorn? I think his birthday's in January. Sandman Negus. He really wasn't a kidder. So he's very, very soft-spoken, very focused, very grounded, very serious. He's soft, but he's very serious. Sandman Negus, Sador. So when he's talking to me, he didn't say... And you know what I noticed? A lot of people respect Nipsey. Even though they were young, they respected Nipsey because when he came in, Nipsey did the talking. He do the talking and keep up shit, start shit. And the boy, I'm asleep. And Nipsey come in. I think he had something on, some kind of, I forgot what kind of, he had some different color on. And the other boy had different color on. So I'm asleep. I'm trying to turn the fuck over. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Do this. You. Yes. I got a friend with me. I'm looking over. He to the right. I need you to send a message. He want to talk to you about something. You want to talk to his mom. He didn't even ask me. I need you to do this. You know how he do. He know how to talk to a bitch. You see what I'm saying? He temper and season his voice to talk to a bitch. You see? Cause he had to get the tone, he had the shit even. He know to talk to me even. Don't come here talking to me reckless. Cause I just might tell your ass no. So he notices go into the mind of a bitch, you see. And how to deal with them and study them. He know you better come in here and temper that shit now. Especially when you wake me up my damn sleep. Ease that shit down. Now, well, you know, so he kept it low. Looking at his motherfucker. And I look at the other boy. He wouldn't look at me while Nipsey talking. He just said nothing. And I'm looking at you best, not two. Now what, Nipsey? I'm gonna go. And I would like for you to... And I say, he said he was going to do that shit. He going to do that shit. Was somebody mad on you sending him? I don't know why. I mean, he's a beautiful person. I'm just sharing the things that I go through. How I had mentioned a few months ago that he said he was going to come bring his friends to talk. And it was a whole bunch of them trapped on the other side, and isn't he a charmer? And then those eyes, and so he knew how to season a bitch up. See, so I'm okay, and I'm really sleeping. I'm really trying to sleep. He wake me up, and I said, okay, the house with all the windows. Ask him about the house. I don't know what you're talking about. What house? Well, Mother ERITREA, because there's some things now about Nipsey. Now I'm not going to say. Now, so what house with all the windows? Cause all these other people saying, I see what the other readers say, and the negative things. I'm not gonna do that to the Nipster now. So what house with the windows? I ain't talking about no bitches. I ain't talking about who we fucking. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get into trashing him. So I don't know about the house with the windows. But anyway, he left the young man here, and he was very well mannered and polite. He followed what Nipsey say. He follows his orders only. Oh, very, very. I was mad, and I couldn't even stay mad. Oh, okay. Well, tell me, sis. I don't know about the house with the windows, because the way I am is this. If a spirit is good to me and respectful to me, and they want to speak to me, I'm not going to be disrespectful to them. Just because I've had other psychics send me messages. Oh, they said, he was doing this and he was doing that, and this is the person that killed him, and what Lauren do this? I said, well, if that's who told you that, then go with what she said. Don't come over here and send me the link and tell me because she said it, that means that's true and that I'm supposed to say it. I ain't got nothing to do with that bullshit. If she repeated it, go fucking listen to her. I'm not going to repeat what another psychic says. I don't watch psychics like that. And to be honest with you, I get offended. Don't call me a psychic. I'm not a psychic. I'm a spiritualist. I'm a medical intuitive. I read houses, roaches, dogs, cats. People send me their houses they want to sell or they want to move into and say, should I sell this now? If not, why? If yes, why? Should I move into this property? They say it's haunted. Why is my dog's stomach hurt? What's wrong with my baby? What is in the fucking house that I'm in? What's going on with my body? And of course, since it's intuitive, and I'm not a medical licensed person, well, that too. But I like medium over psychic because it's so derogatory now. I'm not just that. And I, read a palm, and it's just really, yes, everything has an energy field, but everybody can't see what's in it. But still, psychic to me is just kind of low class, and I'm so much more than that. It was so sad. I was talking to a lady today, and her niece. I find you all bring me such good readings. They're so fascinating to me because I learn every time you ask me to look at someone where their body died, but they're still hanging around. And the girl said she wanted some candy, and she wanted to suck her. And she's grown, but she still wanted the candy. And the her relative said she did like candy, and she liked suckers. And I said, will you create an altar for her and get her the suckers? And she said, I will do it. And I said, wait. She said she wants grape suckers. She said, she loved grape. She loved grape suckers. She wanted the grape suckers. And she loved grape drinks and everything. Great. I said, I know. She's standing right here. She was shaking at first. But she said, can you get her the grape suckers? She said she loved, that was her favorite color, the grape suckers, the grape flavor. And I thanked her for coming to me to let me do the reading. I said, because you could have got anybody to do the reading. But you asked me to do the reading, and your relative felt comfortable to come in here and have the conversation. It was just like, yeah, they'll do that when they get comfortable. That's why, let me say one more thing. Please don't come to me with a 15-minute reading, wanting to be cheap and do 15 minutes, and then give me 2 or 3 fucking dead people and tell me to read all of them in depth and tell you where they was sitting at, was they in the park, was they getting their dick sucked, were they eating macaroni and cheese with some collard greens. Look, don't do that. Because it's not up to me if they want to speak to me, but definitely not in 15 minutes. I'm not going to be able to do that. Why? Because I sit with them. They want, oh yeah, tell me, what happened to my auntie Reedy, and we're on the phone. And we're on the phone the first time. Because I like to talk to people first before I go into a reading and have you go over what you said in the email. And they want me, so tell me now. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way, because your Aunt Reedy or whoever may not want to come talk. It's not up to me, it's up to them. I might need to sit with them. It might take an hour. It might take a couple of hours, because they may be lost. They may be doing something else. They may be somewhere else. They may not even be in this plane or want to come. And people will want you to do all this stuff for nothing. So don't send me those. Unless, now if you want a brief overview for 15 minutes for one person, I can do. But to ask me about all these people and you want to shove that shit on me, I can't do that, and I'm not going to do it, because you're respectful to me, and I respect those spirits. So I'm not going to try to force them to come in within a 15-minute time frame. They come when they want, and if they don't, they don't. But if you want me to wait, I'll wait. But still, that needs to be a 30-minute or an hour reading to get in-depth information. I don't know what these people are thinking, where this stuff comes from. And then another thing, and I know this may hurt me, for these types of people not wanting to come to get a reading, but you know what? I'm willing to take the chance. Do not come to me. And it's women, usually. Don't come to me. If you want to tell me your problem, and I see that you have a lot of spiritual problems and blocks or black magic, whatever's on you, and then there's things you're not doing to yourself and taking care of yourself properly, and you want me to be your friend, to be your buddy, to pat you on the back, to let you whine and cry and feel sorry for you, because these things happen to you. They happen to me, honey. They happen to a lot of us. You will have to learn to either help yourself and to deal with the deeper issues are, or get someone else to help you after you finish the whining and crying. But if you want me to listen to you just whine and cry and take your side to everything, yeah, and go along with it, and you don't want to do the work, you don't want to be accountable, even for things that you're not accountable for, like mother being abused as a child, we're not accountable for that. But you're still, unfortunately, we're stuck to move around it, move above it, get inside of it, analyze it, heal it. If you don't want to do that, you know what? And I used to be that way. To me, the worst thing that anybody could do for you, and the worst thing that I could do for you, since I've been there and done it, is to see you've been a victim and you've been abused, and then I pet you and I take you as a victim, and every time we talk, that's all I do. Poor thing, you poor thing, you poor baby. Oh, they shouldn't have done that to you. And I whine with you, and nothing's your fault. Because this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to go around and get people to say what you want to hear, pay them to say what you want to hear, and feel sorry for you, and you're the victim, and woe is you, and why this happened to you. They're going to take your money, and every time you leave them, you're going to be a weak, victim that cannot stand on your own and take care of your own emotions because you don't want to face them, you don't want to deal with them, you don't want to grow up, you don't want to accept responsibility for your own emotions because you've had your mother and everybody else to abuse you. Nobody ever gave a fuck about you. So now you look for somebody to care. And now you're looking for somebody to whine on because you couldn't whine to your mother or your father because they didn't give a fuck. Okay. That's fine. I know what that feels like, but at some point you have to grow up, because someone that does that to you and pets you because you pay them to say they take your money, as life goes on, you're not going to be able to stand in your own power and be secure and know yourself as a woman. And then people are going to constantly vampire on you, psychically attack you, use you, hurt you, humiliate, degrade, and abuse you, and you won't have anything to stand on. You don't have a foundation because you like being the baby and the victim. Do not come to me with that one. I've lived that life. It's not a good life. And then when things bad happen to me and I couldn't defend myself, and I'm a little girl in a grown woman's shapely body, everybody could smell me coming. And they just fucked me over. Mentally, emotionally, financially, all kinds of ways, because I wanted to be babied and petted because I was so violated. And I never had a... Girl, y'all, go to someone who will do that to you. Because in the long run, you're going to end up hating them. As years go by, you're going to hate them. Because, hey, Linda, I love you. Because they are setting you up to continue the victimization process because you don't want to take responsibility. This lady attacked me for 2 days, today and yesterday. Said I was cruel and very insensitive because I told her that she needed to take responsibility for her body, her mind, her spirit, and her healing. And then flipped it because she didn't want to take responsibility and said I was attacking her. I said, well, you know what I'm not going to do, I don't go back and forth on an email. That's what bitches do. That's what silly bitches do. You got my phone number, I got yours. So I called her. She refused to answer the phone, but then wanted to keep, you did this to me, and you did it on the email. I was like, girl, I don't do that. We're women. And I'm asking you to be a grown fucking woman and talk back to me. Not with the whining, not with the baby voice. Talk to me. Put some bass in your shit. Because I used to be like that. And then I had titties and booty, and I'm looking like a grown woman. I really was fucked up. Because my mother had taught me to be that way. All that abuse, all the violence, you're not enough. Every day you're hearing it, you're inadequate, you're dumb, you're stupid, you don't know about life, you're thrown out in the street, homeless, living in the fucking car, and you're trying to survive, and you have not been given life skills. And you have not developed as a little girl and adolescence and into a woman. So, and people knew this. And I didn't know they could see it. And the worst thing they did was to not teach me. And they just gonna use you. And they're going to send you and it was one white lady. I remember I was getting a reading from her. And I'll never forget this. I don't know where she is. I don't know her name. But I'm grateful to her. And I was talking like this, and I'm just getting a reading, but I'm terrified. And they're not trying to hurt me. They're just giving me a reading. Every little thing terrified me. And all this anxiety and shit. Anybody says, boo, it's fucked up. From all the abuse and PTSD, from all the trauma, and not developing into a grown woman, but biologically and physically developing. And she asked me a question. And it was a group of people there, because that's what they were there to do, to read. And they would tell you what they say, that one tell you what they say, this one's what they're picking up, and you had to be able to accept the critique. So I'm sitting there, and you have to sit by yourself. And that's, to me, very important. Learn to sit by yourself. Learn to control and protect yourself. Learn to stand in your own power, even when it's scary, even when it's difficult, even do it any fucking way. And she says to me, look, every time I ask you something, or I say something to you, and you say something back, you're talking to me like you're about 5 or 6 years old. And I knew I was doing it. But I was afraid to be a woman and to act as a woman because my mother said, you're not. And then having that done a whole lifetime to you, and then the family still does it to you, and men do it to you, and you keep attracting that. So you think it must be true. This is how I'm supposed to be treated. And you keep honoring that, and then it feeds, and then the tentacles go out, and you keep recreating and manifesting it, different people, but the same spirit in them. She said, don't talk like that again. If you have something to say to me, I need you to put some bass in your voice and speak to me like you're a grown woman, because you're not 5. You're not 10, but you're stuck there. And to help you get unstuck, you can only address me back. And she wasn't being dirty to me. And she looked me dead in my eye, and even that was hard to do at the time. She can only address me back if you put bass in your voice and you start to talk to me like you're a grown woman, because that's what you are, and not a scared little girl. So when people do that, I think you're going to appreciate me telling you the truth. The few women I've done that to attack me. So that's what I'm saying to you now. If that's how you feel, and that's what you want to do to me, don't contact me, because I am about teaching you not to go whine on me, but for you to stand up for yourself and take care of yourself when I'm not around, whether I have physically died or I'm not available. I don't want groupies. If you love me, you support me, you follow me, that's fine. I love it that you do that. But demanding and requiring that, because people always did it to me. And when I see people do that, I don't like it. But it seems like people come to me and tell me how people have fucked over them and used them and won't tell them anything. And then when I try to tell them, you don't want it, or you resent me for it. So it's certain groups I don't want. You go find, I remember this lady like a week ago, she called me screaming and crying because she let her boyfriend, it takes a long time, God is mother, and it took a long time for me, and I'm still there. But I realized how important it is to stand in your own power. Learn to stand by yourself. You came in by yourself, you're leaving by yourself. This lady was screaming and hollering and telling me what her boyfriend had just done to her. And I'm listening to her, and I'm like, I'm sorry that happened to you. And then I'm getting the details of it. And I said, oh, wait a minute. Let me play devil's advocate. So you are the one that's in control of the relationship. Not him. But you let him fuck over you. And she goes, oh, yeah, but wait a minute, Alexis, you're supposed to be on my side. I said, I am on your side. That's why I'm asking you, bitch, to step your pussy up and step your motherfucking nuts up and be in vagina power, because this man is only doing, daddy's only doing what you're letting him do. Because he's not controlling you, you're controlling him. You're the dominant one in the relationship. You wear the pants in the relationship and you got the bag. So he's doing what you let him do. Why? Because daddy did good. That's what it is. Well, no, it is. Yeah, because he ain't paying no rent. So you are in control here. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for you. I don't. Because you're generating the shit. This is not fair. Okay. Do you want your money back so I can hang up the phone? Or you could hang up first. It doesn't matter to me. Because you're stupid. You are telling me that this man does not control you. You control him. And he fucks over you when he feels like, not because he controls anything. You do. You control the pussy and the bag. So that means you control the dick. And this motherfucker running over you. And I'm supposed to be sorry for you. No. No, I'm not. Because, see, if you had been battered and abused and you didn't have a job and you didn't have money and you couldn't get out of the house because you had to figure out how to get some money and ease out, I would feel sorry for you. You are the narcissist. You're controlling this man because he has less than you. And you use him and treat him like a boy toy. And now he's rebelling. And instead of you tightening the little boy up, because any man let a woman do that is a little boy, and a grown man's body, now you're panicking because you don't want to do what you're supposed to do. Handle that. Now she says, it's my fault. See, women like that, I don't want. Because now you're deflecting. And you don't want to be responsible for the mess of a relationship and the mess of a nigga that you attracted. And you want me to co-sign it. And when I don't co-sign it, I'm fucked up. That's why I said, no. Go to somebody else who will play with you and take your money. Because y'all like that. See, a lot of people say they don't like it, but they like it. Because when I try to be real with you, you don't want to respect it. And you want to tell me I'm fucked up. Because I don't want to cuff you. I don't want to make you get on your knees and say, I'm great and worship me and call me your mother. I was doing some spiritual work with a lady last night, and that's the first thing she said, oh, Alexis, you're my mom. I said, I'm not old enough to be your mom. Well, yeah, your mom, but I'm not chronologically old enough to be your mom. I get tired of people trying to say, no. Well, you like them, okay, but don't call me mom. I see spiritual healers call me your mama. I'm the mama. I'm the great mama, great God. No, I'm not. Go to people that want you to treat them like they're God and like they're statues that never age and never change, and they're above you and they're superior and you bow to them. Go do that to them. I will not let you do that to me. I feel like everybody has a gift. No, all of your gifts are not like mine, and mine are not like yours. But everybody has gifts and strengths and weaknesses and abilities, and you learn to develop and to balance them. But to be these things that I see these other gurus and how they chase these people and they'll die for these people, I don't want to be that. That's a lot of responsibility to be something that you're not. To me, when you can make the sun rise and set, when somebody calls you and says their relative died and you said, wait a minute, hold on, what the address is, where they at, and you can make their ass come back to life, if I can do that, then yeah, I might say you might need to bow down, bitch. I might be like Beyonce then, and bow down, bitch. But at this moment, I don't want people up on me like that. I want you to stand in your own power. That's how I want to be remembered. Is that I help people stand in their own power. Not try to hang on to me for mine or feel like you need me. Anyway, I think I done made the point. This shit's ridiculous. I wasn't going to address it, but I think I needed to. So y'all know how I am. And how I'm not. Sure, I want nice things. I like money. But I'm not going to trick and use people. And mislead people. And tell you what you want to hear. To get it. I'll find something else to do. Before I do that. I'm not going to get into it tonight. I'm going to address it next time because it's late. But I'm going to... There's some things the bitch said in that motherfucking email last week that still kind of, you know what I'm saying? Really? The bitch said that she know me. That she know people that know me. I'm so sick of people saying they know people that know me. And that, I got one, yeah, I do. And that have integrity. And that if I did another Nipsey video said something else about Tanisha, they were going to do a video to expose me and tell people that I used to suck dick back in the day for rent and for a place to stay. God damn. I wish you'd come on out with it, big. Because I didn't know I had that goddamn lockjaw, that motherfucking goddamn snapper. I didn't know that I had that motherfucking serpentine fire and that goddamn python head, bitch. I didn't know the niggas was out here in the street saying that a bitch can suck a dick and unhinge my jaws like a goddamn snake and make a nigga give me a deed or pay my motherfucking rent. That's a new one on me. Because goddamn, if that's the case, bitch, you say I used to do it and suck a dick up before I hiccup, bitch, and got a nigga class say I take the dick in my mouth, unlock the motherfucking bones in my goddamn neck and jaw, and slide the dick down to tickle my motherfucking tonsils while my jaw look like I got the fucking mump. I got the nuts here and the fucking dick down here. B, I need to come up out of retirement because, you know, I need a motherfucking house, bitch. I need another motherfucking piece of property, bitch. You said that motherfucker got it like that. I ain't even got to use no pussy. You didn't even say I was selling pussy, bitch. You said that head is so motherfucking fire that I'm getting motherfucking deep. Bitch, y'all got you expose me. Expose me, ho. Expose me. Cause I don't know nothing about it. I don't know why these people are so obsessed with my holes. But goddamn. Niggas done put the word out on me that I got that fire head. I tell I got that python jaw clown. Say it. Big. Big. I need to come on back out. You know. Hey, say that motherfucker serious. Say them jaws is serious. I don't know where they be getting this shit from. Them squirrel jaws, yeah. As I unlock them on a nigga and it's a wrap. Nigga getting all kind of papers, getting all kind of deeds, getting all kind of contracts, getting them to a bid. You got one more time, bitch, and I'ma take. Tell. All you gonna do is get me in trouble. Cause you talking about this firehead. Yeah, so why say I'm singing while the dick in the throat, I'm arming on the jaw while the dick is all down here. All you finna do is get me in trouble. Cause you gonna have these niggas, they already emailing. You gonna have these niggas emailing some more now when you said that I got that firehead. You know what I'm saying? In the dirty south. Put dicks in, got that nigga dick in my mouth in the dirty south. That's what you said it is down here. Please, y'all gonna get, ooh, Lord. You really finna get me paid now. You, yes, said I take some foot long, with no chaser, no breath. I don't even call this shit go. Said that's what it is. Got that clown. It just from the, I'm a bad bitch. That from the neck up. We ain't even got to get down to the bottom. Y'all, I'm finna go. You know, I might see they keep out there. We might need to do some classes. We might need to do some dick sucker class. Lord have mercy. See, I'm sorry. I ain't even had nothing business saying it in this reading now. We this separate. So I'm talk some more about this shit when I come in. We'll do. Raise your hand if you want some dick sucking class. Because they said, fuck with me, you know I got it. They said I got it. How many raise your goddamn hand, goddamn it. Get ready, get your damn money and shit together. Because we're going to go on a dick sucking cruise. That's what we're going to do. That's what they said I got it. So I'm going to go on and stop fucking with y'all. I'm going to let y'all know what it is. So... I'm going to stop playing. I'm going to stop acting. Because I got integrity. But you know, when you really want to get down on a nigga dick, you got to suck that motherfucker like you ain't got no kind of integrity, no kind of manners on the shit. And that's what they said I do on the low. See what I'm saying? Say I'm a used to. I'm a back in the day old dick sucker. Said, but I done retired and tried to, you know, refine my ways. Have mercy. And get myself together. But said, really, I ain't nothing but a goddamn OG dick sucker. That's what they said. I'm the best at it. Huh. Got niggas writing checks and motherfucking contracts. I said. So maybe I'm gonna stop playing with y'all. Who want that goddamn class for the summer? Yo, I had to tell y'all that shit. I had to tell y'all bullshit. But anyway, says scuba dick, slime hot, yeah. Said I'm a professional. It's like, I want to go to summer school. Who want to go to dick sucking summer school? Raise your goddamn hand. We can get this shit poppin'. I'm gonna go. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.